Alrighty guys, so now we're going to talk about everything that we know about Diablo 4, and I'm really excited about this one guys, because Diablo 4 was probably the most exciting announcement for me at BlizzCon 2019. Just the trailer looked so good, and the graphics look unbelievable. I mean, Blizzard still owns it when it comes to graphics. I mean, let's be real with ourselves. The graphics were absolutely incredible for Diablo 4. And guys, for someone who's not as familiar with Diablo, I've played Diablo in the past, but I pretty much started with Diablo 3. I never even played the first two, and so I'm kind of still somewhat new to the franchise. I'm excited to see where they're going with this Diablo 4, so let's talk about that. So, guys, this article was once again written by PC Gamer, by a guy named Tom Senior. Diablo 4 has finally been revealed. Jump in to learn all about Hell's darker new direction. And man, talk about dark, man. This was a dark game, or at least trailer that we got. But man, it seemed really, really intense, and I'm pretty excited about it. But after years of will they, won't they, Blizzard has finally revealed Diablo 4 at BlizzCon 2019. It's a return to the darker look of early Diablo, with even more blasphemy and profane imagery per capita. Take a look at all the new trailers and info below. I'm sure you guys, most of you have probably seen the trailer. You definitely should if you have not. But this was one hell of a way to announce Diablo 4. The cinematic is gorgeous and morbid, exactly as Diablo should be. Imagine how much better off the world would be without treasure hunters accidentally resurrecting the ultimate evil. So, in the trailer, it did seem like, to an extent, it seemed like, yeah, there was like these treasure hunters, and they accidentally like resurrect, the mother, or the All Mother or something. I'm not exactly sure what she's called, but I mean, I'm just gonna call her the Queen, because my God, she looked absolutely terrifying in that cinematic. But that being said, Diablo 4 is looking smooth. The game's darker art style stands out, though we've yet to see how busy the game will get once loot is popping out of enemies by the dozens. You can ride horses, druids are back, lots of good stuff happening here. What are Diablo 4's starting classes? 3 classes were announced for Diablo 4, the Barbarian, Sorceress, and Druid. In a panel following the announcement, it was confirmed that there will be 5 total classes. Details on those aren't available yet. And then how do the online features work? So I heard that there is going to be actual multiplayer for this game, which I think is going to be extremely exciting. But BlizzCon attendees were able to get their hands on the game, and our first impression was that it's a game whose stark and desolate look is in contrast with its always online elements, which guarantee that other players will be running past as you explore it. There's no queuing or anything like that, but seeing players who are clearly on the same quest but aren't a permanent part of my world reminds me that this isn't just my adventure. If you'd like to know more about how Diablo 4's shared world works, here's our breakdown of that. The main takeaways are that dungeons will be instanced for solo or partied players, and in the overworld, you'll see more players in towns and safe areas, though there's no option to turn them off altogether, even if you're solo. World events will draw players together, and you'll be able to ride mounts to cross great distances. Difficulty can be set when you enter a dungeon while above ground. It will be scaled to your level, though there is permadeath? Oh, there is a permadeath mode. Okay. You will not be able to play offline. So that's interesting. And then there's the Diablo 4 art leak. The Diablo 4 art, I think that there's absolutely like gorgeous artwork that we've seen so far for this game. It says that Diablo 4 has been an open secret for a while, and, that's interesting. And then what Blizzard's hires tell us about Diablo 4, which I did make a video on that, because they were hiring a bunch of people to be working in the Diablo universe, so I'm sure that there's going to be obviously a lot of, different stuff to discuss as far as that is concerned. What we will say is, There are some hints that Blizzard are working on something very traditional. In June 2018, Blizzard started recruiting for some telling roles. We are working on a new unannounced Diablo project. Are you a skilled dungeon artist? Come work with us and together we will build something exceptional, read one post. The dungeon artists' responsibilities include being atmospheric dungeons, as you'd expect, with a focus on composition, detail, and mood, while ensuring that the gameplay space is readable. Blizzard was also looking for a technical artist to help the environment and prop teams define, create, maintain, and streamline the modeling and world-building pipeline and processes to bring to life the world of Sanctuary. So, guys, overall, at the bottom of this, it says I wouldn't make any guesses about a Diablo 4 release date yet. Then, instead, let's speculate about what Blizzard could do next with the Diablo series. So, obviously, there hasn't been an official release date. It's probably pretty far off. I'd say, kind of like with Overwatch 2, probably at least a couple of years away. But that being said, I am very excited about Diablo 4. I think it's going to be... I think it's going to be pretty good. Just from the cinematics alone, man, it looks like a dark, intense type of game. Whereas Diablo 3, it didn't really feel like that. I know a lot of other people in the community didn't really feel that way, that they did like versus the first couple of Diablo games. So maybe this is a real return back to the Diablo franchise. We'll have to see, guys. I'm excited about it. Let me know what you guys think down below about this game.